This is the kind of fight the boxing really needs. You got elite versus elite, and although King Tut wasn't very highly known around the boxing scene, after looking at his skills in the ring today, I can say this is a really poised fighter with great footwork and balance, and he puts together sharp combinations. And, I really like his fighting style. He's got a snapping right hand, and hopefully we can continue to see this guy mixing it up with the cream of the crop at the featherweight division. As with Gary Russell, he's pretty much operated how we're used to seeing him. It's just a shame that he only fights once a year because when we do see him, he's brilliant. He had that one disappointing loss to Vasyl Lomachenko, but you're talking about maybe one of the best fighters in the world. Well, actually, let me step that back a bit. Maybe one of the best fighters of the past 10, 15 years was Lomachenko, and it's no shame to lose to a great fighter like that. Since then, we've seen him knock the shit out of Johnny Gonzalez, who was kind of riding a hot streak after knocking out Abner Maris and was one of the best featherweights in the world. And Gary Russell dispatched him with ease. From there, he fought Joseph Diaz, who actually has gone on to become a world champion at super featherweight, beating Tevin Farmer. So really, Gary Russell's acumen, his resume, is pretty impressive. And this win tonight really just kind of boosts that statement. And at this point, I think it would be good for the sport of boxing to see Gary Russell mix it up there a little bit more. He had exciting fights like he did tonight. And, with Showtime's lackluster lineup of cards, it would do them, that platform, a great service if he could fight twice a year. We know his nickname is, Gary Annual Russell, and he, fights only once a year. And there are reasons behind that. He's preserving his body. He's able to stay in the game longer, probably. At 31, that can be a prime for some fighters. And that can also be where things start to go south for a lot of fighters because they don't take care of their bodies. But Russell has been a standout example of, self-preservation and taking care of himself. But for the sake of the sport, I really would like to see him fight more than once a year. And yeah, I would really like him to see Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell get into the ring together. I think that with Leo's high volume, high octane, punches and bunches style mixed up with Gary Russell's speed, and he's got a little bit of dog in him, Gary Russell. He likes to kind of swarm and come into the pocket and, create punching angles, and that would be a really fun fight to see and good for the sport. So hopefully he can get a marquee fight because I think he's kind of being ducked and dodged a little bit. And I'm a really big fan of this guy, and this was a great fight. And hopefully Gary Russell will be back soon.